Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Sparkles. This video has been long coming here in my channel because this is something that I've been wanting to do for months now. And if you're a seasoned diamond painter or if you've done one of these projects, you're gonna know straight away what it is that I am exactly talking about. And this is going to be my very first time trying to do a cross stitch conversion project from cross stitch to diamond painting. And I want to do maybe a small short series on how I am approaching this from, my personal experience. I want to do like before, during, and after sort of thing. So my idea is to go with you through all of the things that I did to start this new project, then trying to do a check-in in the middle of it to tell you how is it that I am doing, how I think or what I think about it, what are my thoughts or what are the thoughts at the moment, like being in the middle of it, and then sort of do a recap at the end of how I thought about the entire experience and all of it. I'm not entirely sure of how this video is going to be. I didn't script it, but I really do have in my mind like all the things that I want to touch on. So the very first time that I saw something like this, like a cross-stitch conversion project, was at Katie's channel, Diamonds and Washi. She's been doing cross-stitch conversion projects for a while now. She has she's in the middle of a very, very ambitious project that I am just in awe on how she's doing that. It's gonna turn out amazingly well. But I am not that type of person that goes straight into it 100% into a very big project. My anxiety just cannot deal with that. So the way that I approach it is do things little by little, pace by pace, sort of like stepping my feet into the water to see how it is, and then decide if I want to plunge in all the way into it. That's what I did. That was my approach into diamond painting right at the beginning. I had been watching diamond painting stuff for a few years, and then I decided that I wanted to purchase a kit. But at the moment, and I already knew by that moment the existence of Diamond Art Club, which is for now the only place where I've bought licensed diamond paintings because I love it, but I do want to branch out into other companies. But I, since it's kind of like something pricey to invest for the first time, and the kit that I wanted was humongous. At least at the time, it was humongous for me. I wanted, as I said, to approach it in a different way. So the first diamond painting that I bought was an Amazon one. It was very cheap. I think it was like $12 or something like that, at least back when I did that for the first time. And I just honestly, truly loved it. I fell in love with it and decided that, yes, I wanted to do more diamond painting. And then, since then, I've been pretty much consistently doing bigger diamond paintings. The only ones that I do that are really small, that are 30 something by 30 something centimeters, are the Little Diamonds line of Diamond Art Club, the Harry Potter ones. I've completed 3 now, and I am in the middle of the 4th one. But I thought that my first encounter with a cross-stitch conversion, I wanted to do it small, and small it is. Now I found, I know that there is this big, it's HEAD, the name of it. I'm going to try to put the entire name of it here. I don't remember what each of the letters mean, to be honest, but I'm going to look into it. But that's the place where I go pretty much at least once or twice a week, because there are so many designs there that I look at them and I'm just in awe of the beauty of it. But they are pretty big, and I wanted to start slowly, as I said. So what I did was I went into Etsy and I just looked for, cross stitch. I looked for a cross stitch cat because, cats are an easy one for me, an easy yes. And I encountered with this beautiful shop. It is called Cute Foxy Shop on Etsy. I'm gonna link it down below because their designs are just really cute. They're really simple. As you can see, it's just like 5 cats and sort of a living room with very few colors, very simple. But I thought that my first approach to a cross stitch conversion. I wanted it to be a simple image, a cute image that made me see if this was something that I wanted to tackle on a longer scale, and it definitely was. Now, the first thing that you want to do is that find an image that you love, and I purchased this digitally, and I I've had this printed for months now. You can see there's like something fell here and discolored the frame of the image, but I printed it directly. I purchased it from Etsy. It was like $4 or something. I don't remember because I purchased it in my currency, but it was not over $4 or $5, probably $5 tops. It was really, really cheap. So it's a great way to do it, to buy something directly from a creator and to purchase everything on your own. It's a fun and interesting experience. So whenever you buy one of these charts that is originally intended for a cross stitch, you're going to be sent like the entire image such as this, and you're also going to get, and I'm not going to show it entirely because I've learned by now that that is not the way that you should do things, that you should respect the fact that you purchase this from someone and that it's their art, so you cannot show it in its entirety. But I'm going to show sort of, you get this first page, and then you get the entire image but in pixel form in this kind of like a small size, and then you get it in color, and also you get it in black and white. I'm going to show you your black and white in a second. Let me see. Oh, here it is in black and white. And you also get like a list of all of the DMCs that you get the colors that are charted in your image, and you get the amount of stitches. Now each stitch is going to be one little square in your diamond painting, basically. And this is simple. Simple, I would say not simple, but it's an easy way to see how many colors and how many drills of each color you're going to need. And it's also simple because, in diamond painting, most companies use DMC, and most places where you can purchase your diamonds separately are also in DMC, I'm sorry. My first thought was to go to, and I actually did it, like see if there was any color that I had, and I had some, but not all. A lot of them were missing, but my original idea was to purchase all of these colors out of a place, such as, for example, Jaded Gem Shop. In Jaded Gem Shop, you can buy the drills separately, and one other thing that you can do is to send your key to them, and they kind of make you an estimate of how much it would be, and they send you everything to you. I have not tried that. That was my original idea, but I changed my idea to do it differently and to do it with leftover drills instead of purchasing the drills. And since I decided that I wanted to do that, I started to save all my leftover drills, because before that I was not doing it. I was just putting them all in like a container, and I wanted to make like a project with all of those drills, but I realized that it could be kind of easy to do since there's not many, it's not a big image pretty much. So there's that with your key of colors. And next, you also have with you, at least with this shop, I do not know how other shops are, because this is my only experience with the only shop that I have bought from so far. You get the same charting, but you get it a little bit bigger. Here you can see the grid. I'm not going to show it in its entirety, but you can see here the letters. It is basically a diamond painting chart, but originally intended for cross stitch conversion. So no, not cross stitch conversion, just cross stitch. So here it's basically like a canvas in a regular piece of paper, and here you have some grid lines that are going to help guide yourself, and it's divided 10 by 10, so you know where to place yourself into the canvas later on. So that was basically the first steps that I did, get a chart, get an image that I felt that I was capable of doing, and get it from a place where I knew I was supporting someone, doing it in the best and most morally possible way, in my opinion and personal preference. That is entirely up to you if you decide to do any of these projects. So they send you, as I said, the full image in its entirety. At least in this one, it was possible because it's a pretty small image. And then you get it separated by sections. In this case, it was separated in 4 sections. And where I got this image, I was able to get it in both in color and in black and white. Let me go to it. And I don't know how many times this key was printed, but it's fine. And as I said, here we have it in black and white. Now, the next step that I did was, okay, I have my image. I have, every single color that I need, meaning I know what colors I need from my key, but I need a blank canvas. What am I going to do that? If we move forward, you can see here that I have a blank canvas. Now, what I did was divide the amount of drills each side that they were going to be placed. And I can, you can do that, at least with this image that I got. You can do that because here on the top, you see that it says 10, 20, 30, 40. And if you see the entirety of it, you see that it goes up to 100. So it's a pretty small image. There is, I don't remember where I saw it. I'm going to try to look for it. But there was this place where they made this formula where you placed how many drills across, from left to right and top to bottom you had, and that gave you the number in centimeters. And I think that with this one, it ended up being 25 by 25 centimeters. As I said, I'm gonna try to look for it, and I'm gonna try to put it either here or down in the box below so you can find it. And what I did after that was go to look for this blank canvases that it's just a blank grid, black and white with no colors, no nothing. My first option was to go to AliExpress, but the time to delivery were really far, and I wanted to get them sooner. And also, I have not had the best experience with AliExpress of getting everything that I've ordered from there, but I've had a really good experience with Temu. They, for now, and for me personally, it's been really reliable. And so I went and just searched diamond painting grid, and this is what it came out. There was a listing. I think it was you were shown different sizes available to you, and there was not a 25 by 25 that I remember, but there was a 30 by 30. So that was good enough for me, a 30 by 30. And again, I was not sure if my calculations had been correct, so I wanted to give myself a little bit of wiggle room if that was not the case. So I went with one that was 30 by 30 instead of being, I don't know if you can see it. Let me check. Yeah, a 30 by 30 instead of a 25 by 25. And as you can see, this is a complete blank grid. And this was really cheap. I think in total I spent I would say $8 or $9, at least in my own currency. And to my surprise, I thought I was buying just one, but yesterday that I got it in the mail, I was surprised to see that it came with 5 of them. And the quality of these for right now seems to be quite good. It's more it's not soft in the back, of course, but it's really sturdy. It's double-sided adhesive, and it's super sticky. So I am so far impressed with the quality of this. Of course, that is not my final opinion because I have not worked in this yet. So, having said that, just as a small resume of everything, like a summary, if you will, I am going to be putting the links to all of the resources that I have mentioned so far down in the description. And you might wonder, how am I going to be putting my drills into a complete blank canvas? And I'm gonna try to approach it in 2 different ways. I have this app here that is called Pattern Keeper. And here what you can do is when you have the PDF file, you can basically add it into your tablet and you select your PDF file. And here I have all the files that I am sent. As I said, you're sent the full image in color, in black and white, and close up. And I'm going to choose just one randomly, and it's going to start reading the file, and it's going to convert it into this app, Pattern Keeper. This is something that cross stitchers use, but it's something also that I am going to be attempting to use. So you go to verify chart. Now, something that I'm encountering with this one in particular, I don't know why. As you can see here, I have the PDF. I can use either the PDF or I can use the mockup. So a really cool way to use this app is that you can select, the color that you want to use, and all of the symbols that are for that color are going to show like this. So if you do this sort of grid that is 10 by 10, if you translate this grid into your blank canvas, it's going to be an easier way to approach it. As I said, this is the first time that I'm ever doing it, and I don't know how I'm going to approach it, but this is a way to do it. What I think I'm going to do personally is to, I'm going to try this method, and I am also going to do is look directly into the PDF. And doing it directly from the PDF, you can see like the canvas here and then translate it into your blank canvas, guiding yourself with some grid lines that I'm going to be putting into my blank canvas. I'm going to put these grid lines as well, just with a marker or something, just to guide myself a little bit better. Now I'm having trouble with these because not all the colors are reflecting once I try to convert it into, this. As you can see, not the entire image reflects itself, but for now I'm gonna let that slide since it's a pretty small and simple image. If I encountered some other issues, I'm going to try a different approach, but I'm going to try with a PDF for the time being. As of right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to mark my 10 by 10 grid, like the bigger grid, the chunkier grid, to be able to read it a little bit easier. So let's see. So it's a 10 by 10. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this would be 1. Like I maybe can do this all the way down. I think it's going to be easier. Ooh, probably. And one thing that I decided that I wanted to do is, since apparently it's a 25 by 25 centimeters, and my blank canvas is, I forgot the word. My blank canvas is 25. It's not that much, like it's 2.5 centimeters each way, like up and down and left and right. So I'm just gonna try to center the image into here and just all the way around, just continue with the color, because it has a splash of color in the background. Like in the top part, it's like a little peachy color, and in the bottom part, it's a different colors of gray. No, it's not gray. Is it gray? It's like a brown, I think. So I think I'm just gonna sparse it just to make it a little bit easier on myself. Now, having said that, I think that instead of doing 10, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. Do I know what I'm doing? No, I do not. So let's see. So the other one is 100. Let's see how many are here to know if I'm going to mark it like this, or if I'm going to mark it like how many squares from each side do I need to start mark the 10. This is really interesting, Okay, so let me count. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's count in total how many they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, that turned out actually great, because it's 12 across, and this is a square, so I imagine it's going to be 10 to the bottom as well. So if we measure this, so it is actually 30 centimeters Ooh, this is interesting. So 20 squares is 5 centimeters. So that means that I'm going to be able to grid from like 10 by 10 directly from the beginning. And I'm just going to take like the first 10 squares this side, 10 squares this side, 10 squares down, and 10 squares like across, and place the image exactly in the center. Are you seeing anything? Okay, so yes, I think that's way better. What I was saying is, since it's 30 centimeters and the 25 centimeter part, like the 100 squares, that is the entire length of my grid, in my PDF file, is 100. That means that I can place like 100 each, 10 each side, 10 at the bottom, 10 at the top, and place my image exactly in the center. And it's gonna work great. That's awesome. So that means that this is so interesting. Like each 10 squares is 2.5 centimeters. So I'm gonna do this darker grid in the entirety of this. Do I have a ruler? I should have a ruler, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should, but I don't, so it's okay. Let's just keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Oh. Oh. It's a little crooked, but it's okay because this is a plastic. So it is absolutely fine. So these are the lines that I'm going to use as guide to know where to place my drills. I know at least that all around the image, I'm going to have space, and I can expand, like the original image is a circle in the middle. I can decide to even do like how do you say that word? A frame around that circle in another color, maybe a black. I have a ton of black, so that should be easy. So this is fun. I'm sorry for my crooked lines. I cannot do straight lines for the life of me, apparently. But that doesn't matter. Yeah, that doesn't really matter, does it? Now, since I'm gonna be doing this with leftover drills, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it really quickly. But other of the reasons that I decided to do it with leftover drills is because, you know, the original chart of this image, it doesn't have a lot of colors, and maybe the colors, you know, it's not a rendering of like someone's face or some details that are really specific in color. And maybe if I say I don't have a specific color that is in the chart, but I have a similar one, or I think that another color might be best for something, I can change it with leftover drills that I have of another color. Let's say, for example, that, you know, these books, these are all purple, like different shades of purple. But what if I want to do like a green one and a yellow one? And that would be really, really easy for me to change. What if I don't want this couch to be red? What if I want it to be blue, for example? I have enough blue of that. So I think doing this with the leftover drills, even if I don't have many, it's not going to be that hard. The hardest thing will be definitely all this background color, because it's going to require a larger amount of color. But I already have an idea for this one because I have a leftover drills. Like, I'm gonna bring over. Now this video became a whole of a mess, but it's fine, okay? It's fine, right? So for example, and I don't know if it's gonna be enough, but for this background color, I have this leftover drill that could be fitting for this place. And, or for example, or this one. I have a lot of these colors, so it might work to place all the way around it, you know? I don't know. Okay, let's see. What is the original color of this one? I'll look at it later, but that is the idea of it. So let's go ahead and finish doing this, because I really, really want to start right away with converting this over. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to go through the code and through the colors that I have of leftover drills and see how many of these I can pull out and how many of these I'm going to be able to substitute. I have on top of here my key to see just like if I don't find a color, if there's something similar or that looks good with a color next to it that can substitute it and make it great. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right now. So as you can see, I don't have many of the colors that are charted, and I think I'm going to try to do some substitutions because even though, for example, even though if I have 3801, here I need 148 drills, and this is not 148. So I'm going to separate the drills between the ones that I know for sure are going to be enough to cover the ones that are stated here in the chart. And then for the ones that I'm not sure if it's going to cover the entire image, I'm going to substitute it for another color. And after that, I'm going to go to the colors that I don't have, like absolutely don't have here in my leftovers, and see if I can change them. Now, one thing that I think for sure I'm going to do is try to change probably these with this one, because you know it's not exactly the same, but of these ones I have a lot, so this might be easier to do. So that'll be my next step. So I'm speaking a little lower because my boyfriend is asleep right now. It's about to be midnight, so whoopsies. I went ahead and marked down like all of the colors that I am pretty certain that are going to be enough, because here, you know, it says the color and how many stitches, you know, quote unquote stitches, but really drills are going to be needed. And these ones are definitely ones that I am going to be able to use in its entirety. And for the rest of the colors, like I have 3 colors here, but with the amount of drills that I would need, that color should be or could be like substituted. So those colors are these 3. This one, the amount of drills that I need is 148, and I don't think this is enough. So I'm gonna look for a color that maybe looks similar. As for this one is 3776. Where is it? Here I need 284. This is definitely not that. And last but not least is this one is 402. For this one I need 1,000 drills. So for these I'm gonna look for colors that are similar, and for these I think that I actually have it, and that is this one over here. This is definitely more than 1,000. As you can see, this is, I mean, I don't know, like I don't know how many drills is 1,000. Like I have no idea. So I'm gonna substitute this one for this one, and here I already wrote like 402, maybe 3856, which is this one. So that's definitely the one that I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna mark it down, and what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go through the rest of my leftover drills that I have in squares, and I'm just gonna dump them. Like I'm gonna dump them because right now, like I can guide myself by the DMC, but what I really need is something that looks similar. Like for example, this is 2 shades of pink. I just have to find like a light pink and a dark pink that I think go together. And yeah, and even some of them I can even change for other colors, you know. So that's what I'm gonna be doing right now. So I'm gonna be taking all of these, and I was actually thinking that maybe for some of the books, like some of the books that are in here, and for some of the details, I could even change it for some, like for some ABs. I think it would be really cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna, like, yeah, there's that. I need to choose my battles. So I'm gonna go right now and Look at all those rails. Such a beautiful display. Like, I have a lot of colors, but not the, and it doesn't have to be exactly the same, you know? So, like, this one I can use for something, maybe. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to substitute everything, and what I'm gonna do is right here next to the color, I'm gonna write the color I'm gonna substitute it with. So I'm gonna start right at the top. Cross your fingers for me, because I think I'm gonna start it tomorrow. Oh yes, I will. So let's go to bed and rest, and keep doing this later. I would say later today, because it's what time is it? Let's see. Oh, it's 12:30, and I usually go to bed like at 10 because I'm a grandma. But yeah, see you next to go through the entire process of it. I mean, not the entire process. You know what? Forget about it. I don't know what I'm talking about. My eyes, like, I have my eyes closed as I speak, and I don't even know if I'm actually speaking or if I am like in the middle of a slumber or what. But yeah, I don't know if this is going to be the end of the video or if this is just going to be the end of this section. But whatever it is, either watch the next video on this or just keep on watching, because if this goes from this video to the same video, it's gonna be like a fraction of a second, when for me it's gonna be probably a few 10 hours or so at least. Okay. Goodbye.